Hello, this is Patrick with New Jersey's Outdoor Adventures YouTube channel. Here driving through Alcoa State Park. This is their campground section. Beautiful area of New Jersey, and I bumped into Cosmo Weems here, and he's got a really cool setup, and he's going to give us a tour today of his trailer and his little campground. Hello, Cosmo. Welcome to New Jersey Outdoor Adventures.
Thank you, Patrick. Nice to meet you. I love your videos. They're great. I've learned so much. So it's really great to actually bump into you. So this is my trailer. It's a Vistabule. That's Vistabule, not vestibule. It's made in Minnesota at Vistabule, and it is a it's my most fun toy. It's just fabulous. As I got on towards retirement, I wanted to do something a little bit more exciting than, watching TV and complaining. So I said, well, everybody's doing it. Let me get out and get with these people who are just having a blast. I had to decide between a van and a trailer. We'll get into that later. But this particular model is a 2015. I paid $17,500 for it, and I think it was a bargain. They've appreciated quite a bit since then. The prices have gone up, maybe 20, 25, I don't know. Very configurable, so depending what you get with it has a lot to do with the cost. And this guy, Bert Taylor, who designed it, he's like a genius. He put in these air ports. You know what condensation is like on a trailer. I mean, it's a real problem. And you open these up, and that gets air coming in, which goes up through the roof vent and takes out your moisture. I get very, almost zero condensation on here. So that's a big issue this time of year for a lot of RVs, but trailer weighs 1,500 pounds. It's 15 feet long. Tongue weight of 200 pounds. This guy Bert puts in these details, like coming out of your ears. All the windows on the sides open up. They are very simple, easy to maintain in the field. Screens, shades. I have here, the guy in a previous life, he made Futons, and he incorporated a futon into this, which is really spectacular. It's all laminated plywood. I'm not sure the exact term. There's storage all the way back under floor, which is very useful. And he when I went out there, he didn't make these originally. He retrofitted these under storage compartments, which are quite roomy, which are really a blessing. I got the tongue box for extra room up front. I got the library up there and some other things. This window is just it's really great. You sit here. I don't like TV. I love my trailer, and I get to look out at everything that's happening. You want privacy. You put this down, and because this will sag a little bit, this guy Bert came up with this little support here, right? I mean, just the guy. Everything is functional, so he's pretty good. Lighting in here. I have indoor lighting. I have this very highly efficient light here. It only draws about 90 milliamps. These are about 250 milliamps. So everything is engineered. There's a pass-through here, which is really great. I can reach back there and get stuff out of the kitchen or put stuff back there. But when you're driving, when this is all open and you look in your rear view mirror, you can see out the back of the trailer, which is very nice. Kind of a safety thing, it's an asset, And roof fan, hanger, hooks. I have a Propex heater, which is about 6,500 BTUs, and here that's nothing. I run it at the lowest setting. It'll bring us up to about 65 degrees. Thursday night was pretty cold. So I'll deploy the bed. Okay, that's always a fun thing. So the bed. Let me go around the other side.
It almost looks like a car. That's like the front seat of the car, and it
has a very car-like...
a steering wheel over there.
Yeah. If I put a motor... It does have a very car-like feel, and everything's within reach, so you don't have to reach for anything. It's completely custom. Oh, wait a minute. There is a table. Besides the door tables, you just shove this in there. And you get your laptop going up here, and you have a table. It actually goes in a little more rigid. I'm not going to bother now, but you know, it's just something else. You're sitting here having coffee in the morning, looking out at the world. It's a pretty nice solution. So Bert Taylor, the designer, at one point in his career made Futons, and he came up with this solution. If I can get it to open up, everything has to be right for it to work. So it's an Ikea Futon mattress. It is queen size, and I bought these mattress covers on YouTube from a place called Slip Cover Shop, and they'll give you that. So you know what's really nice, I was noticing in the cold weather, other teardrop trailer owners complain about they're getting vegetation growing under the mattress from condensation. Because I have a floor and then this plywood above it with an air gap, no condensation. And you have porthole covers, all the windows again open, storage back here, sleeping bag just for storing. I'll screw around with it. Up here, shelving. I have a stereo, 12-volt stereo. Good supply of toilet paper, you never know. In here, bedding, there's a false floor here. What's in there is the Propex heater. The Propex heater draws air from the outside into a combustion chamber, heat exchange, and then it blows out the hot air up here. And one of the innovations I got was a noise-proof ducting, which lowered the decibel rate from about 80 down to about 40. I mean, it really is a significant reduction.
Now, was that factory or you bought that aftermarket? The
heater?
The noise reduction.
Noise reduction, you can get that from Westy something. You look at Propex Westy and you'll find this stuff. I put it on my channel, and he got a lot of orders for it, so people are watching. So it's a good addition to any heater. In here, you know, just some storage. Back here is the electric works. You know, there's 2 solar controllers. They're small solar controllers, AC outlets, fuse panel, and all that. So it's pretty good.
Lots of hidden compartments.
Yeah, everything's, the newer ones are even, you know, everything's always better. When I got this, I went nuts with electricity. I put in 2 duplexes here. I put in 2 here, 2 up here, 2 over there. There's 2 DC ports. One is here, the other's there. 2 more here, 1 here, and 1 in the back. So I need a lot of electricity. I'm a real power guy, and it's good. Okay. It's kind of like a Barbie thing here. So I got these. Everything spaces everything in here. So these are collapsible. I mean, they're not the best wheel chocks. You're not going to use this on a hill, but just to keep you stable, they're pretty convenient, and they cost almost nothing on YouTube. Anyway, I'll deploy these later. Fenders are very solid, mag wheels, easy lube Dexter grease fitting, wheel lock, keep the honest people honest.
And these have brakes? This has brakes?
This has electric brakes. I highly recommend electric brakes. On the Subaru, the Outback has bigger discs than the Forester. The other car we have is a Forester. And this one, it's a good match. The Outback is a great match for this 1,500-pound trailer. And the electric brakes I highly recommend them. So, 15-inch tire, I think it is. Not positive, but okay. Okay, so when I ordered it, I had them put this on, and I put my own controller in it. I'm using I can't remember the control, it's very small, Flex Charge, it's tiny. But I ran out of, I could only put on 2 panels. So I painted myself into a corner. I wanted to add a 3rd panel for cloudy days as I learned, and I got the refrigerator. So I put in a second fitting for a 7 amp hour controller, and I just wired it in. It's no big deal. And when I need it, I can deploy that, and I put an external, here's the controller. It's an external controller. So it it just, you know, it gives me some flexibility, whatever I want to do out here, you know.
So just to review, one of the ports there hooks up to 2 panels that's on an interior controller inside the trailer.
Correct.
That port right there,
no controller,
has the controller built in right before the panel.
Yeah, I just alligator clip it together, and I can deploy the panel to do other things. So,
and that charges how many batteries?
One 120 amp hour AGM battery. And so I wish I had a little more, but you know, it's you know, lithium's not a solution for a cold weather camper. The skin on this trailer, this vintage one, is Airstream aluminum. Bert had a deal with them, and they were giving him Airstream aluminum, and then I guess as success, they kind of got nervous or whatever. They stopped giving him Airstream aluminum. The newer ones have a painted finish, which is, you know, you can touch it up and do things with it. So it's exterior lighting for a pinch. When I bought this, it had a bulb in here, and I switched it with this, and it used like 1/20th the energy. It was fabulous. LEDs are just great. The back here,
I think this is what it's all about, is this back area. I see a lot of teardrop trailers, and majority of the time I see people spending time back here.
yeah, and you know, you're on the road, you want to eat like a normal person, you want to live your life, right? So presto, you know, you open this up, and here's the kitchen, and you have nice counter space. You can get all this customized the way you want to. Have a Dometic 2-burner, small stove, doesn't put it, you know, it's fine. I mean, I cook a lot of meals in here. I have a small water tank, which is 9 gallons just strapped on underneath, and the other side I think is like 8 or something like that. It's smaller, but it's just a convenience thing, you know. I can it's just handy. The sink is kind of small, but, you know, I use, you know, sprayers, right? You know, you wash your hands, you want to rinse something, vodka to sanitize the dishes. If you have greasy dishes, you just use a little baking soda and a little Dr. Bonner's. It'll cut grease in cold weather. It's fabulous stuff. So, you know, and there's all the doodads to make life livable, right? It's just everything is here. Water pump. It's just a 12-volt water pump. I'm monitoring the state of the charge right now. We're at 12.5. Probably the refrigerator is running. Yes, it is. So I started off with a cooler, but I wanted something different. When I go boondocking, and my record is 18 days off grid, and this thing is a 1 cubic foot. It's only a refrigerator. You can set it to freeze or to be a refrigerator, not both. But it's great. I can fit a week or 2 of food in here, supplement it with dry goods. I can eat really well. Fresh salad, you know, fresh food. And you have your kitchen, right? You gotta have one of these. I mean, this is, without that, you're nothing. You know, you gotta have a wash tub, stainless steel cooking gear. These are all glass lids for everything. Cutting boards, plastic cutting boards. Chopsticks, you gotta have chopsticks. They just are for everything, you know. And you gotta have these. This makes the whole world run. I mean, they're shower hooks. They're just great, and you use them for everything. Hanging stuff up. Cutlery, cutting board. Burton supplies this with the trailer. Very handy on here. I had a guy router in a channel, you know, a juice channel. This thing is you're supposed to cook on this. It's a silicone mat. When you've got your pot lid, you take it off. It's steaming, it's wet. You put it on here, and this catches all the liquid, and you can just shake it out. It's really wonderful. Nooks and crannies, you know, the silverware, the timer. You know, you got to, the garlic peeler, you know, all the things that make the peanut butter spreader, you got to have that. So, all the things you need. Up here, I put in a motion detector light. This is a Ford AAA battery thing, and boy, is it great. All I do is walk under here at night, and I get a nice soft glow. And then there's, of course, much brighter task lighting, you know, 1 or 2, very bright. It'll light up the whole area. So that's pretty convenient. The trailer comes with screens, and these screens can come out if you're in an area like now, you know. Although it's January, and I'm seeing mosquitoes today. This is not right, you know, it's just not right. So,
just in case any of the viewers are curious, we have a warm spell in January.
Oh yeah, like never before.
It's like 60 degrees today instead of 30.
Inside, yeah, on the inside, I can close this. You know, I can slide open when I want to access the shelves inside. It closes this off and gives me privacy. I have shades for all the windows, the room darkening. Here we have the turlet, and there's a lot of junk in here that I need. There's a water tank, a water pump, 12-volt water pump. Here's this guy's got a lot of stuff. Here's a cutting board that fits sink for more shelf space. Tables, you got to have a lot of tables around here. I have 4 tables with me. So it all works out. You know, when you're actually working in this, I can have 3 people actually working in this kitchen. You know, a chef, two sous chefs, and they can be, you know, everybody can be kind of harmoniously working. I put this silicone snoot on here to save water. I'm looking for a sprayer that will fit this. Haven't found it yet. But, in a pinch, you know, I can, I've actually showered with this thing, external shower. And the way I do that is I put a T-connector in line, like if you were going to winterize it or something. So there's a T-connector, I flip the switch and put this in a bucket, and it will draw water out of the bucket. I can heat water, you know, so, you know, you make it all work. So it all works out pretty good, you know. Here we have, you know, tables, you got to have those. They're very good. These are, I love these tables. But with a 120 amp hour battery and a refrigerator, I need some extra juice for my computer. The laptop's a real pig, and I love it like crazy. But this 500 watt Jackery has proven to be pretty good. DC input, 2 DC outputs, you know, for cables, and one 12 volter, USB, and 120 AC with a pure sine inverter. So this is very good portable power. I highly recommend it. It's a nice product. In here, I don't have the key. I have water for filling a water tank, and I have for city water. I can hook up to city water. Now, you know, when you live in a trailer like this, there's not a lot of space. So I've got like a tub system, you know, of all sorts of stuff that I need. Kitchen stuff, you know, whatever, you know, the colander. These are silicone containers, which are very good. You know, you have to think about leftovers. I'm alone, and these do a really good job, and I'm just chock full of other stuff, including biodegradable plastic bags, which I'm sure they're not a perfect solution, but I just want to stop whales from choking, you know, and turtles and all that. So you know, I'm doing the best I can.
I'm going to give the viewers just a look underneath the trailer, because they like to see the tanks.
Yeah. I asked Bert for something that was field serviceable on a tank. I had a stainless steel strap and it cracked, and I asked him for something that was serviceable, so he used nylon strapping, which is, you know, pretty much everything on here is serviceable. And you know, I got a wheel lock here. Just want to keep those honest people honest. Everything can be, you know, overcome and defeated, but I have wheel locks and a wheel lock. I have a trailer nose lock, you know, for the coupler. All the curtains come down and all that, you know. So it's, I don't know how to describe it, Patrick. It's just got this feeling that feels good when you're in it. Like it's just wonderful. I lay under here and look at the stars at night. It's really, it doesn't get any better. You know, 10-pound, 11-pound tank. It's not a lot. Many RVs come with 20-pounders as a minimum, but the stove uses almost no fuel, and the heater, it uses 2.4 grams a minute propane, and with that you can calculate out what you're doing in the thermostat and all that. You know, but with a little thing like this, you need some extra space, so I opted for the clam shelter. And my office, this one, the walls come off. They're attachable walls. The top, many of these, the top is sewn in to the struts that support it. Not this one. This top attaches, and while it's a little more flappy and things, it's not stitched through. They're sealed seams. It's great. This is, you know, the office. I was experimenting this trip with Lumi Noodles, this little thing here, and you hook this up to like a USB battery, and it gives you really, two of these give you like a home lighting solution. It's really great. They roll up into nothing, they're cheap, and they just really provide a very energy efficient, you know, your typical RV mats, which are great. These are good around the trailer too because they prevent mud from tracking, and these breathe, so if you put them down, they don't kill the lawn. They're very cheap. This is like $30, this thing, and it doesn't damage the lawn. You gotta have your furniture. Everything has to be multi-purpose. Every single thing you have has to be multi-purpose. So it's good.
So, what inspired you to get a travel trailer like this compared to other types of RV products?
You know, we're so lucky. There's so much to choose from, and it was a 1-year decision for me. And I had to look at what I was doing, my background, which is backpacking and camping and all. I wanted just a little more. I don't have driveway space. I could put this in the garage. I didn't want another motor vehicle. You know, I admire the vans. You know, you can live in there, stealth camp and all that. Stealth camping here is a little bit more challenging. But it all just made sense cost-wise, and I really needed simplicity. So it just fit my model of exploring. You know, I just like to explore.
After having this for a number of years.
5 years, yes.
Number of years, wow. Is there anything that you would do differently if you were to make or purchase another one?
I'm pretty happy with it, actually. I look at a lot of teardrop trailers all the time. I found nobody that had the features that this has. Thought about a van or something. Maybe later on in life I'll change. I'm very happy with this until I change my mind. After 5 years, it's pretty good. Winter is a challenge. Water tanks are a challenge. You know, those are typical RV challenges, though. They're nothing new there. Cost was effective. I like the whole philosophy of it. You know, I just kind of enjoy it, and it's just so much fun to travel.
Now, you have a YouTube channel as well, and you have a pretty big audience. Can you tell our viewers here at New Jersey Outdoor Adventures how they could find you?
Sure. It's Cosmo Weems, C-O-S-M-O space W-E-E-M-S on YouTube. Stop in. I mean, I watch your videos all the time. I love them. So
I'm going to include a link to your channel in the description of this video. Well, Cosmo, thank you very much for taking the time to give us a tour of your beautiful trailer here at Alair State Park. And I wish you many years of fun, and I wish you safe travel back to where you're going. Right. Well, this is Patrick with New Jersey's Outdoor Adventures YouTube channel. I hope you enjoyed this video. Please like this video, comment, share, subscribe. I'd love it. We'll see you soon.
Very good. Thanks.